afternoon, good evening, traders from across the globe. And welcome to Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar from the wonderful rolling hills of San Francisco. Traders, how you doing? This video is being filmed on a Saturday in a hotel room in San Francisco, but I did a lot of homework on the markets, traders, and I thought I wanted to bring you what I had found. This video is being filmed for trading on Sunday night through Monday, which would be January 10th, 2011. Traders, here's what I've seen after doing a lot of homework. The dollar is really strong. The dollar index, US dollar index, is beginning to break out of a big bull flag, and the strength of the dollar is starting to weigh on the grain markets, and it's starting to weigh a little bit on our S&P market. The analysis I did tonight showed that the S&P is starting to succumb slightly to the weight of the strength of that dollar rolling higher. Now, I expect that the S&P and the dollar will work their way higher over the next couple of weeks and months, but not if the dollar gangbusters higher, because then it's going to put a lot of weight on the stocks, and then it's going to be a little battle all the way up. I'd like to see them slowly move up together, and I do stick to the opinion that they will move in the same direction, but it doesn't start all at once. Now, we've witnessed the last couple of weeks of strength in the dollar and strength in the S&P, but the dollar is starting to move ahead of itself a little bit too fast, in my opinion, which is probably going to give us a setback day in the S&P. Traders, I am no bear in the S&P, and if you do happen to get short on Monday in the S&P, we actually have a sell level. You got to be nimble, you got to be quick, you got to be like Jack jumping over the candlestick. You got to take your profits in the S&P and get out if you're short, because I think that dips have to be purchased. But you might get a little bit more of a dip than we were hoping for on Monday, just because of the strength in the dollar. Traders, future trading is risky, as we know, and can cause substantial financial loss, so please make sure that you have the proper risk capital to risk if you're going to be in this game. All right, traders, so I'm going to try to show you some charts in this video as well. I see the grains going down. I see a great trade on the short side of wheat and a good trade on the short side in corn. I see a trade on the long side in dollar index, and the S&P, I think you got to start the day off from the short side if you're one of those guys that doesn't mind playing. And then when it comes down, you get out, and I don't think you press the downside at all. Maybe it'll go further, I don't know. Again, we have specific levels that will be out on the OMNI recommendation page at www.livewithoscar.com, so make sure you go look at that. We are likely selling wheat Sunday night into Monday. We are likely going to nibble at a short in the S&P. We're also looking at corn. So traders, I want you to look at those markets. We also have a wonderful setup coming for a long-term short in bonds. So I'm working on a lot of things here, traders. Just to remind you folks that are coming to OMNI Camp, there's a couple of guys that haven't completed their applications. Traders, if you are still looking to come to my OMNI Camp, I am holding one in February, first or second week in Feb. The dates are slightly tentative. It's absolutely first or second week. If you would like to be part of the OMNI Camp, that is 4 days locked in a room with me in Vegas, and I'm going to beat the analysis into your brain until you know it as good as I do. That's what I teach my students at OMNI Camp, and I'm only taking 5 students for 4 days of intense training. If you would like to be part of that, there's still a couple of open seats. You come down to my site, www.livewithoscar.com, and fill out an OMNI Camp application, or simply look right below this video and click the application for OMNI Camp. It'll take you right there. Traders, don't miss it. It is something that you will really, really appreciate if you come on down and sit with me for a couple of days. All right, so again, we think dollar index moves higher. We think if it moves higher very quickly, then the weight is going to be a little bit strong on the S&P, and we're going to start off with a bit of a setback. We think the strength in the dollar is absolutely going to hurt the wheat and the corn and the soybeans. But we are day traders. We take that one day at a time. Now, traders, this trip to San Francisco has been great so far. What a great place. And just beautiful to hang out here. I mean, a lot of cool people around. Traders I've ran into, it's been fantastic. And I got to watch the Jets win today with 3 seconds left, baby. Go, Jets, go. Anyway, enough of that. So, I would like to spin this camera around now and show you a couple of charts I have on a big screen here that I've prepared for you. So I don't know exactly how this video is going to go because I'm in this room shooting it by myself at 1 in the morning, but I will do the best I can for you. Remember, this video and these charts are for trading Sunday night into Monday. It's Saturday night now. We're talking a day and a half from now. So that's January 10th, 2011. Take a look at the advice in this video and then do your own homework. Traders, with no further ado, let's go look at some charts. Okay, traders, you are looking at the dollar index daily bar chart. As you can see, clearly we had a flagpole, a bull flag, and now we are breaking out, and the whole time we maintained levels above the OMNI average. We have broken out of that bull flag, and the dollar is looking strong here. It looks like it wants to come up here somewhere. So the strength in this dollar is what's making the S&P start to look like it's having a little trouble, and certainly is what putting weight on the grain markets. And I think the next chart I show you will explain that the wheat certainly looks like it wants to go down. Okay, traders, we are looking at the March wheat. It's the daily March wheat chart. And as you can see, it has broken down through this major support line and is now in a parallel channel heading towards the downside. And we think that this market will certainly work its way down over the next couple of days. It is clearly in an overbought condition, and the wheat looks like it's got a couple of down days coming. If you pulled the weekly chart on the wheat, you would recognize that the weekly chart is also quite bearish, as are its indicators. So the wheat looks like it wants to come off, as does the corn and the soybeans, but wheat is probably going to be one of our choices for Sunday through Monday. Okay, traders, we are looking at a couple of the indicators that we like to use in the S&P. And the S&P looks to me like it is finally at a point that maybe just a little too much buying came in too fast. I am not bearish S&P for more than a day or two, even if it goes down. I am certainly a buyer of dips. But when we view technical indicators on the leaders being the Russell and the NASDAQ, they clearly look bearish for a drop on Monday, as does this S&P. So we're expecting it to come off. I prefer if we can get in the wheat and the corn and allow the S&P to do its thing and then buy the dips again. However, if the S&P sets up to our sell levels, we will take that short trade. Traders, do your own homework, pull your own charts, make sure that you agree with the analysis put forth in these videos before you take any trades. So, traders, you've seen the charts. Look, that wheat looks like it's going to get hit. The dollar looks strong. And the S&P's got a lot of bearish indicators right now, so be careful in the S&P arena. Traders, I will be back at my desk Sunday night into Monday. I will see you back there in Vegas. Make sure you keep your stops in. Please make sure you've done your own homework and that you agree with the recommendations in this video before you take them. Never ever take anyone's recommendation without doing your own homework, traders, because you know what? I could be some kook that knows nothing about these charts right now. Who knows, right? If you people who out there that have been following me, you know that that's not the truth, but you never know who you're speaking to or looking at. So, do your own homework so you have no one to blame for a good or bad trade except for yourselves. All right, traders, thanks for tuning in. I can't wait to get back to Vegas and see you all in the chat rooms. I will see you there Sunday night. Have a great trading day. And don't forget to keep your emotions out of trading. One of the best things you can do to help yourselves with that is to say this to yourselves every morning, every afternoon, every evening. And you know what that is. Stops are in. Emotions are out. Futures trading is risky and can cause substantial financial loss. We do not claim or guarantee that you will profit from the information provided. That being said, I'm a 27-year seasoned trader on and off the trading floors. This is how I've made my living for many, many years.